I put my trust in you, and I trust in I put my trust in you, I put my trust in love. I put my trust in you, and I trust in I put my trust in you, I put my trust in love.
Hello friends, my name is Dave Miller.
And I'm Miles Spain, and we are your fuck buddies.
Did
you hear that?
I did hear it.
Yeah, it's keeping the
so
illusion
you might
alive.
notice There's a bit of a difference in how we sound. It's because we are doing our social responsibility and we're socially isolating.
It is Fuck Buddies, Boys Unleashed, Out of the
Yeah.
Closet, Part 2.
Well, I'm still in the closet.
Well, you're a fool. I'm in my kitchen.
Oh, good. The most reverby place to be.
Cheers.
Cheers. In case you don't know, we're a dating and sex advice podcast where we take your sticky, sexy situations, turn them into sexy, sticky situations.
I can be a tequila boy because I'm not with you.
I mean, I also have my tequila too.
Yeah, my whole. Unless that's how far we've fallen.
Yeah, I'm drinking tequila, baby.
Oh my god, self-isolation has ruined you.
I don't know. I want to kind of talk about it and just be like, we're doing okay, but I don't know. I feel like everyone's fucking sick of hearing about it.
Nah, how are you dealing with it so far?
I'm okay. I'm in this weird place where like everything I feel like I go through waves of being like, this doesn't mean anything to me because I'm just hanging out at home.
Mm-hmm.
But then there are times where like new pieces of information will come out and then I feel like I'm overreacting to stuff. So I'm in this like weird, I feel like I'm either overreacting or underreacting to everything.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I think it's impossible to get a read on it because one, there's conflicting information, and two, it's like it's hard to reconcile. Like if you just get up and you like play Xbox or PlayStation for like an hour, nothing feels terrifying. You know what I mean? It's like the world's going through a pandemic, but you just play Dreams for 2 hours. It's like it's hard to kind of like put something so kind of like large scale on something so mundane, right?
Also, I haven't gotten to the point in my week where I work. So,
Well,
like,
fuck you, so.
You know what I mean? Like, I only work weekends, so I'm still in the, like, these are the days I have off anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So, in terms of, like, my internal clock, nothing's changed.
Yeah, well, I've missed 3 shifts by now, at least. And I've also had to, like, I don't know, go into my closed down work and apply for, like, unemployment and all this shit, so it's been weird.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I think come Friday and Saturday, I think I might start getting a little jittery.
See,
but,
I think it's funny because I feel like you're one of those people that legitimately could just stay in all the time and be happy. Like, I feel like you're well suited to this.
Yeah, I'm in no way worried about getting squirrely because like I have no problem sitting down and playing video games for fucking 8 hours. You know what I mean? Like I really don't.
See, the only time I can do that is late at night, which is a terrible combination because it means during the day I need to be productive, but then at night when it's like I could sleep, I'm like, nah, let's just play video games.
Now's the time to break that habit. Now's the time to start doing what you're made to do.
Play video games during the day?
Yes.
All right, let's get into this. This is not exciting, but I hope everyone else out there is doing okay.
Yeah.
More importantly,
I hope you're all doing all right. I hope you're healthy, and if you're not, I hope you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing to get healthy and to protect other people.
Yeah. And I hope you're dealing with the mental aspect all right, you know? I hope your job's okay. I hope, if not, that your money's okay or that your government is stepping in and doing something, you know. But if not, we're always here. You send us a message.
And that's the thing. It's like we've done 77, I mean, this is 78 now, episodes, and we weren't going to let a little pandemic stop us.
No. We just got unleashed. Little did coronavirus know. Now we're not trapped in here with it. It's trapped out here with us.
Yeah. So hopefully this provides you with a little entertainment. Mm-hmm. We should apologize right now for audio quality.
Yeah, we don't know how this is going to come out.
So we apologize if it's not the normal standard, but we're doing our best. So this comes from a agent. We got a bunch. I only have agent questions tonight.
Hell yeah.
This comes from Agent L, and she says, my boyfriend and I are self-isolating, but we don't live together. I work in a bar, and while we don't have any symptoms, I'm worried about still being contagious in case I'm still in the incubation stage. To keep each other safe, we've agreed to spend time apart. What are some sexy activities we could do to keep being intimate when we're not allowed to be close?
Well, people have made webcams for a reason, and that only reason was to masturbate mutually online.
Maybe not even mutually.
Sure, yeah. You don't even need to do it mutually, but it is more fun.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of things. It's time to reinvent or reacquaint ourselves with the art of phone sex.
Someone did message us in and say that we need to do this entire episode on revitalizing phone sex, so here we go. This one's for you.
Yeah. There's that. There's sexy pictures. I mean, re-download Snapchat.
Mm-hmm. I feel like you can, and like, I say spice it up, you know what I mean? Like, don't just stick to the classics, right? We're in a new time. Come up with a game. Like, find an online, like, chess game or something and play strip chess, right? Play any game, but have stripping as part of it. Write each other some bad sex writing. And by bad, I mean try make it good, but it's impossible. Like, have a little story. Or just, like, plan when you guys are able to see each other what you're going to do.
Yeah, I mean, there's also that anticipation thing. I mean, this isn't going to last forever. Thankfully, we know we will eventually get through this. So
That's
you can.
A bold statement.
I believe it. You know what I mean? We need
I'm
to
joking.
be.
Of course we will.
So yeah, there's a whole list of things that you guys can talk about what you want to do to each other. Like you said, also webcams. You know what I mean? Like, even if you're not masturbating to each other, like if you're both watching your own individual porn, but like, you know, getting into it, that's something you can enjoy too.
Yeah, you can like definitely share, especially because it is very like it's not a long time like as far as we know so far. You know what I mean? Like 2 weeks is about the estimate, especially for like symptoms do show during that time at the very least. You know what I mean? So
Right, exactly.
imagine everybody who has like a a long distance relationship. Like they have to go months. You can go 2 weeks or a month or however long it's going to be. People go half a year easy. I've done it. So just get creative. Like what turns each other on, and like just try and incorporate that into like kind of a long distance format. And the best thing is when you guys do get to see each other, it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be fucking wild.
Once you've self-isolated for the 14 days and neither of you are showing symptoms, you can assume that you don't have it. At that point, you guys can meet up again. But like the whole point of the self-isolation for the 14 days is to protect each other and make sure that you don't show symptoms and spread it. Granted, you run the risk of if you're going to then like take a cab or something over to their place. So I would say just ride this out. This is a minor bump, and the sex you have once you're done is going to be great. It's going to be so good. I don't have this question, but should we talk about some things to do while you're with your partner at home?
Sure, yeah. Like I feel like it's easy. You're at home. Like the sexual stuff isn't necessarily going to be the problem. It's the not getting stir crazy.
Yeah.
I think it's a perfect time to try new things.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a perfect time to like you can like extend things. You don't need to like rush necessarily. You know what I mean? Like one of the things that I feel like people always have, and we've had it in questions before, is like she doesn't want to have sex at night because she's too tired. I don't want to have sex in the morning because I'm too tired. Like I don't blah, 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 like that. You guys can sleep whenever you want. You know what I mean? You can actually get your proper rest in. Like the opposite problem will probably be happening where you're not tired. So like,
or even if it's just like if both of you are only horny during the day, neither of you are at work.
Exactly.
Just fucking the day. There you go.
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's like now's the time where you can really just like have sex whenever you want, however you want, like, and just like make it an experience. Like, go slow. Like just fucking spend some time. Just have a sex day. Just have one day where you guys aren't allowed to wear clothes.
Yeah. I mean, Amanda and I are going to do a boudoir shoot.
Nice. That'll be fun.
It's like I've got a camera. I'm a budding photographer. I don't really consider myself a photographer, but I know how to take pictures. All right, hit me.
All right. This is by Sneaky Joey. First date ideas with Corona crisis? Bars and restaurants are closed, but we want to meet. It's a bit weird to first meet at someone's home. Plus, we still live with our parents.
Don't. I mean, like every question we're gonna have about this. I mean, I have a very similar question where I'm just gonna read it now because it's like the same damn thing. This comes from Agent Sprite because they thirsty as hell. Is it worth breaking self-isolation to answer very tempting booty call?
Yeah, the thing is, it's like the whole point is harm reduction. So the more you interact, the more kind of risk there are to yourself and others. That harm goes up when it's people you don't necessarily know as well, because one, you're entering into newer social circles that you wouldn't. Two, you don't know where they're at with regards to symptoms and everything, because like you kind of only have their word to go on. You don't know if they're trustworthy. And also, it's like from everything I've seen or read, like yes, strict self-isolation is the best option, obviously, but you know, humans have certain needs and some of those needs are being social. So it's like people are encouraged to like, if they do need to meet with people, to have like isolation buddies. So at the very least, if you guys aren't interacting with other people, then you keep, if by any chance, even though you guys aren't showing symptoms, anyone is ill, you keep the illness between you guys, you don't spread it, blah, 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 blah. But that is like a, if you need to get through this. And
Also,
seeing someone for a booty call is not a necessity because that's one person. You know what I mean? Like, what are you gonna
and
do
like
then the next
you're
time?
definitely going to be swapping fucking spit,
That's
assuming
another thing.
unless you have like the no kissing rule. But like, no, like if you're going to be changing bodily fluids or like touching each other's mouth with your
Yeah,
mouth or whatever,
exactly. That's another thing. It's like even if you are meeting with friends and like you guys hopefully are gonna be washing hands and not like sticking your fingers in each other's parts. If you're meeting up for a booty call, like there's no hope.
yeah, it's like, and the thing is like you're also, just because you're not showing symptoms, you could be asymptomatic and still have it. So it's like
Exactly.
you could be feeling absolutely fine and still have the virus, and now you've, for however long this booty call is going to last, you've just gotten yourself sick and potentially a bunch of other people sick.
Well, that's the thing. It's like also with friends, at least you know their situations where, but like one, in this case, they live at home with their parents. That's bad. Parents are old. Old people get sick from coronavirus and die.
Yep.
And on top of that, it's like, like let's say you are so desperate in need of like company that you do need to see people, then like first dates are not the way to go because what if there's no second date? You can't just pick one person and overwhelm them during your quarantine because also that would be a terrible way to start things.
Yeah, and if you're so mentally dependent on social interactions, the last thing you want to do is put the effort into like a high stress, because like if the date doesn't go well, then not only are you gonna like realize that your social release isn't gonna pay off, you're also gonna realize that like, oh, I'm also bad at dating. So it's like a compounding negative effects for your mental health. So
Yeah, and you're either gonna then irresponsibly start seeking out more contact, which is gonna make the problem worse, or you're just gonna like have done the opposite and made yourself very sad, and then self isolation could be even worse.
yeah.
So no. However, and I know this is leading because I know you got this question, but I feel like it's a perfect time for another user submitted question you got.
Yeah. So this comes from Agent Daphne. Can the virus be transmitted sexually? Like if I only use my penis and I don't talk or make eye contact with my partner or anything, and no coughing or anything else, can I catch or transmit the virus?
I love that they say don't talk.
Yeah, or eye contact? It's not.
Oh, it can be transmitted through eye contact. But only
Like,
if you guys have the same color eyes.
Let me tell you, man, if it was transmitted through eye contact, we'd be fucked.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Actually, you know what? I feel like no one looks at each other anymore, so we might be okay.
No, you'd be fucked at work. I would have been fucked at work anyway, but no one would have caught it on the subway. I got some really funny information about this.
Okay, go.
So, do you have anything you want to jump in before?
I mean, like, none of this is... No, it can't be transmitted sexually. It's not... It's through respiratory droplets, so through anything that passes through the lungs and that kind of stuff. So, saliva, mostly. Your blood or semen or other bodily fluids have no impact on trading the virus back and forth.
Okay, but you want to... So, technically, right, if you were very careful, and this is a hypothetical because we already talked about how first dates and hookups probably not the best idea. However, if you were very careful, if you sanitize well, if you do not kiss, cough, sneeze on each other, and you used only your penis, you would still be in risk because if you're within the sphere of someone who has it for 15 minutes, it's highly likely that you'll catch it. So you just gotta fuck real quick. But did you know you can get it from analingus?
Huh. No.
You can. So there is evidence of oral fecal transmission of COVID-19, which implies that analingus may represent a risk of infection. So,
Cool.
contrary to eat an ass, save a life, do not eat ass right now.
Yeah, guys.
Corona has shut down the ass eating industry.
And let me tell you, with all these people buying toilet paper, I bet everyone's like, "Oh, my ass is so clean."
It's the perfect time to go down on someone's butt, but that's how it gets you.
That
That's
is
how
how it gets you.
coronavirus gets you. But yeah, that was one fact I did not think I would find. So this comes from Agent Shakespeare, and they said, I'm gonna run out of cute ways of saying you up and checking in. Gotta keep the spark alive for 14 plus days. Help. Thank you. So this is from Agent Shakespeare. I'm going to run out of cute ways of saying you up and checking in. Gotta keep the spark alive for 14 plus days. Help. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, this is tough because it's like, if you're not doing anything, it's hard to be like, "Hey, what are you up to today?" Because it's gonna be the same answer. It's like, I'm still quarantined in my fucking house, and like, unless something wild happens, that's not gonna change.
Yeah, and the thing is, I'm imagining if it's not like a well-established relationship, which again, it sounds like it, then maybe it won't be the best to do like, overtly sexual things necessarily, like, keeping it alive via, sex on webcams or like erotica or whatever like that, like we talked about earlier. Because it seems
Yeah.
more like, when you're still in the early days, so it just seems like bad timing where you don't necessarily want to lose it, but you're not at the point where it just kind of like keeps itself alive anyway.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it's one of those things where it's like the situation that we're all in right now kind of takes precedence over,
Of course.
the early stages of relationships, because it really, like, no matter how much you like this person, it really doesn't mean a whole lot. Yet, you know what I mean? It like, and it sucks to say that, but like, it's you know minimal pain, lots of gain at this point.
However, that's not to say I don't think there's nothing you can do about it. I don't think.
There's plenty. Like, if you have a pet, I think there's no harm in sending. If your pet's doing something cute, just be like, here it is. Hopefully this cheers you up. Hopefully you're not too bummed out or whatever. Here's a picture of my cute ass cat or dog.
I feel like a good way to get through it is, and it all kind of depends on the relationship and how long it's been going for. But like one that should probably work for pretty much everything is ask them like now when it's beginning something like, oh my god, like blah blah blah, this sucks. We all get it. We're all in the same boat. But ask them what their plans are. Be like, oh, do you have any like projects or whatever? Because if they're like, yeah, I'm gonna build a fucking desk, then in a few days you can be like, how's that desk going? And it gives you something real and tangible that will hopefully make progress during the isolation to talk about instead of just
Yeah.
like, what's up? Because like that's a boring ass fucking thing to ask, right? So it's like if you specifically know that they're writing or that they're building something or like you can, if you can talk about specifics, you can check in every few days and like kind of keep the contact going. You could also just like schedule a date via like us and the boys are playing some like online games over Discord and stuff after this, and that's gonna be a lot of fun. And we were playing a test Pathfinder session over the internet just before that, so like there are things you can do so you can like still hang out and have fun. I guess the only caveat to that is if it's strictly a like fuck buddy situation, maybe you don't want to do that. You have sexy check-ins, be like, the second this is over, I'm gonna do X.
There's no harm in asking them out on a first date.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You guys both prepare food, or order food to their place, and then just sit down for a meal on Skype together.
Yeah, that'd be nice. And it'll also be fun because like if you guys don't tell each other what you're cooking, and then afterwards you get to see each other's meals, and you can be like, cool, when this is done, you cook me that, or I'll cook you this, or both.
Exactly. Make your like best dish. Each of you makes your best dish,
Mhm.
and then like you show it and be like, all right, damn, okay, like,
Yeah.
well, you make that for me, and I'll make this for you.
Yeah, that's what I think I think that's good. So yeah, it's like if it's overtly like a sexual relationship, you can like send the old tease picture a little bit of the way in, right? Make sure they don't forget about you. Make sure you amp up that tension that's gonna keep going until you guys are free again. If it's a bit more than that, then you can always, have a date like we just said, or just keep in check with like what they're actually planning, and just ask for updates. And hopefully they'll do the same with you.
Yeah, I don't think there's any harm also in, like, again, depending on your stage, is is like, a sexy little picture with thinking of you. That's not to say if you're a guy, I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, but like, don't send a dick pic.
Yeah, maybe don't do the old, unsolicited thing, but you know, hopefully by now, how to be chill about this, right?
Yeah, and like,
You guys
maybe
know.
start off with like some flirty text, and if that goes well, maybe a coy picture here or there, or, like
Hmm.
out of the shower with a foggy mirror and a towel on.
Hmm.
Like, you can play games that aren't super gross if everyone seems to be on board.
Yeah. Also, I think there's a thing where you can like watch movies over Discord as well. You can always be like, "Hey, what's your favorite movie? Let's watch it." Or pick a movie neither of you guys have seen, or show them your favorite movie.
Yeah, I mean, you could literally do like dinner and a movie. You
Hmm.
can get the like Netflix party or whatever it's called and watch a movie together.
I like it. I feel like that gives a wide enough spread between, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, hit me.
I'm actually out of questions.
I feel like we're going fast for once.
Yeah,
Maybe it's because we're all down to business because we're not staring each other dead in the eye. And
yeah.
well, here's a return to our literary careers. This is from Jiro is Best Girl. How can I subtly say a male character is physically aroused? I'm not writing porn. I don't want to outright say it. I use the cliche of something rising in his pants. Context: main character is holding his best friend slash first love in his arms.
Okay.
I am sorry that this person doesn't want us to just use metaphors about birds, but that doesn't mean we can't.
Yeah, I mean, I actually don't mind the metaphor or the cliche that they said. You know what I mean? Like if like just a simple noticing a stiffness, or you know what
Yeah,
I
I
mean? Like
also just feel like something rising in his pants. It's like, just say he, like, no, it's weird. I don't know. I don't like it.
yeah, I mean, like I also don't think like there's any harm in saying he notices get him erect, like he's gotten erect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
If we're taking this seriously, like you seem to be doing, uh, no, it's, I expected some more Buck Wild suggestions, Dan. I thought we were unleashed. I thought we were
I
unleashed, Dane.
I feel like if anything at this point we're like tame.
Yeah,
We're
we are.
professional boys.
I know. I think it's just like, I don't know.
I
Maybe
It's
I
because
need more tequila.
we don't have the boy energy.
We don't have the
You know what
boy.
I
The
mean?
boy energy has
It's
been dispersed.
Yeah, the boy energy is traveled. Hopefully, our boy energy between me and you right now is hitting all the other boys. I don't
Yeah.
mean I mean that's a gender neutral
We're
boys. That's
being
everyone.
BOI, not
Yeah,
BOY. Like,
exactly.
just people who have boy energy. Like,
Yeah,
you don't have to be any gender. You don't have to be anything.
yeah.
But yeah, I bet there's like a strip all along that road that's just like, I'm feeling feisty. So if we're gonna take it seriously, you need to know what the arousal does in this scene. Like, is it embarrassing? Like, is it like a teen romance? Is he trying to like hide his boner, or is it like meant to be sexy? Is it, is it inopportune? Like, is he holding his best friend slash first love in his arms at her parents' funeral? You know what I mean? Like, we need to know these things.
Well, is the main character getting aroused, or is the person in his like? Is it two guys?
Oh, that's a good point. I don't know. It just says main character is holding his best friend's first love in his arms. I assume it's the main character then, but I do not know.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, you can also like depending on the tense or like the view that you're writing. If it's first person,
Hmm.
then you can easily just like have him deal with it.
It is
You know what I
third
mean? Like,
person.
oh, it's third person. Well, in that
Hmm.
case, you could just say that like Steven shifts to hide his erection or to like you know manage his erection to the side of his leg so that it's not obvious.
Steven scooted his bum back slightly because his penis decided to self isolate itself from his balls.
Penile distancing.
Yes, penile distancing. There we go. Boom. That's golden.
Or
As he
I
reached
I want to go back. I want to say scrotal distancing.
scrotal distancing, I like it. As he reached out with his arms and embraced her, he reached out with his penis but was denied by a gene barrier. A wall of denim.
Feeling the weight of his best friends in his arms, he felt like he
Mhm.
needed an additional hand on the situation.
He
He
reached
had to
out.
write, you have to put hand in quotations.
Yeah, yeah. Did you put a lot of wink emojis in there?
Yes.
That's the thing. That's not
You
enough
know what?
novels have them.
I was just about to say it. Not enough fucking literature has emojis in it.
You know what is
Um,
actually awful? I'll bet you hardcore that in the next 10 years, that will not be the trend. Like,
There'll be young adult novels that have fucking.
there's definitely young adult novels out right now that have emojis in them. There will probably be widespread emojis in a few years.
I hope so.
I don't.
Hey, look, if there's one thing that can come out of the coronavirus, I hope that it's more emojis in novels.
So my trouser raven stirred and began to roost. My cock crowed. It must have been dawn in my pants. Because my cock was
Dawn.
crowing.
The time of my arousal must have been
Ooh.
dawn.
Yeah, I love it. All
As
right.
daylight crept over the time of my arousal. Yeah, I mean, it's your show now. I've got no more questions.
Oh shit! I got one from I got a fucking coronavirus one right here. This is by Panda 56789. I'm not gonna read the title. A couple of weeks ago, after 1.5 years, I realized my boyfriend cheated on me with 2 different women, was living on my cost without intention and ability to pay back, manipulated me, and lied to me about his entire life situation. When we were together, my mental health suffered a lot because of all the lies and manipulation. When I learned he cheated on me, I finally decided to kick him out of my apartment without being concerned about where he ends. It was before the coronavirus outbreak. Now we live in one of the 5 most impacted countries at the moment. The situation is bad. Everything is closed, homeless shelters are overcrowded, people are requested to stay home unless they really need to be outside, for example, for grocery shopping. If you're outside without a reason, you are subject to a big fine. He asked me to take him back, saying he can even sleep in the bathroom and do anything just to have a roof for the lockdown period. What should I do, considering 1, he hurt me to the point where I was considering suicide, he disrespected my feelings, manipulated me to believe he is someone else while doing terrible things, I live with 5 other people and everyone is taking the quarantine seriously, he is banned on the streets or in the metro and many other public places, even though he has no symptoms, he can still carry the virus, and 3, he told me the true story of his life and seems honestly sorry for what he did. He has nobody's contact, he's in a foreign country without residence permit, and he hasn't even talked to his parents for the last 8 years.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I figured we may as well get really heavy at one point.
Yeah, let's fucking do it. Let's go. Here's the thing. He said he manipulated and lied to you to the point where you were going to kill yourself or self-harm. To me, it's look, I get it. You're
being a good
you have
person and
you have empathy and sympathy, and you're trying to make the right call, because I imagine, yeah, if he ends up dying or something, you would feel bad.
Of course.
Here's the thing: you can't put yourself and the people you live with at risk at this point in time, because here's the thing: he says he doesn't have any symptoms, but he also lied to you for a year and a half. So who knows what he he might be symptomatic and he's just desperate to get in.
That's the thing. It's like you need to look after yourself first and foremost. And a lot of if you read up on anything about self-isolation and this whole situation, it's like the 2 main things people talk about are like the actual virus and your mental health, because this is just like a bizarre situation that no one really is prepared to deal with yet. You know what I mean? Like, it's a hard thing to go through. So, like, who you're isolating with and how are major parts of how you're going to get through this. And this would be hell. Like, this would be terrible for you, on top of the fact that you might be putting 4 other people at risk. It sucks, but this person, it isn't your fault he's in a country without a residence permit. It's not your fault he hasn't talked to his parents. Even if you're the only person he can turn to, it's still not your fault.
That's the thing. It's like it's not your fault that he got kicked out, because those are his decisions that led to that. It's like, yes, did you make the decision to kick him out? Absolutely. But did he make the decision to lie and manipulate and cheat and all this other bullshit that led to that? I mean, sometimes, unfortunately, people have to deal with the consequences of their actions. And it really sucks that at this point in time, that's a fucking dumpster fire of a situation.
Yeah, that's bad timing, but that's bad luck. It's not you, and it's not on you to fix.
Yeah, like we've always said, it's like it's important to be compassionate about each other and take care of each other, but it's also like your health is also very important. So if you're going to do something that puts you at risk, it's not worth it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's not worth putting you and everyone you live with at risk for the sake of this person who has done nothing to deserve your compassion.
Yeah. Who was like just fucked it up. Also, the whole told me the true story of his life, seems honestly sorry. This guy's a manipulator and an abuser.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
mean, like
like
that's the
he'll
thing.
probably say any story to get back in. Also, he might not even actually need this. This might just be his idea of like good timing.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a sociopath who's willing to lie to someone for a year and a half, like, what's to stop him from making up another fucking story? And unfortunately, it's one of those things where if you have trust and then you break it by lying and doing shitty things, you don't get that trust anymore. You know what I mean?
No.
It's like I would have a very hard time believing this person.
No. And like,
Because-
imagine being fucking stuck with them for God knows how long.
And it's like
And
yeah,
it's not
because,
gonna stop there either, right? Like,
If you lied to me when there was nothing at stake, why would I believe that you're not going to lie to me when there's everything at stake?
Yeah. And like, when you're stuck in an apartment with them, one, he didn't have enough money to pay you for stuff beforehand and was lying about it. So I'm sure he's not going to chip in for all the food and drink and supplies that he's going to be using when he's in your place. On top of that, it's like, I don't know, you're going to be stuck with this guy. It's going to suck.
Yeah. So I commend and respect your compassion, but unfortunately, I'm gonna have to say this guy is shit at luck, and he's gonna have to make his own way.
Yeah, 100%. It's not like it sucks. And I know you feel bad about the situation, and like, I feel bad even saying it, but like, you make your bed, you lie in it. And on top of that, it's like, you need to look after yourself on top of more so than looking after other people. It's like, when the plane goes down, put on your own mask before you put on your kid. You need to look after yourself first before you can look after other people. And letting this person move in is irresponsible for you, for your roommates, and for that person too, because if this is the way he lives his life, like, at some point he has to fucking realize and cop on. So maybe this will be that time. This is Throw RA, first time for sale. My female 17-year-old boyfriend, male 18-year-old, wants our first time to be live streamed for money, and I don't know how to feel. Okay, so I'm 17, but I'll be 18 in May, and we're both in the UK. My boyfriend and I have been seeing each other a couple of months, and we haven't had sex yet. Both of us are virgins, too. We've done touching stuff, and I've talked about full sex, and I think I'm ready, but he wants to wait until the day I turn 18, so we can live stream it on cam or somewhere and charge people money for the password. We need to wait for the day I'm 18, because then it's legal. He thinks we can earn big money, use it towards renting a place for us to live together and buying stuff to go in the place, like a massive TV, laptops, and more. I'm not sure if I want people to watch us on our first time, or even any time. I'm ready to have sex now. It's legal for us to have sex as age of consent is 16, but not legal to post new pics or vids till 18. He doesn't want to just stream us having sex on the first day that I can be seen naked online, and we have our first time now. He says we'll get more people who are both virgins, and he's already done an advert for it on his computer to start putting up on Twitter and Reddit. I'm using a throwaway as we're both on Reddit. I don't worry about him recognizing the story, as I doubt he knows there's more to Reddit than porn. What should I do? I really like him, but I'm worried he's using me to make money, even though he's including me in the ideas of how to spend the money.
Oh boy. So, yikes. Did it say how long these people have been together?
A couple of months.
Yeah, so hey, let me tell you right now, he's not a virgin.
Yeah, probably not.
And I'm going to bet that he's probably also having sex with people. Like, here's the thing. This seems to be like, no dude. How old are they? They're 16?
17 and 18.
Oh, okay.
She's 17, he's 18.
Okay, so I thought he was being like, hey, let's wait 2 years before we have sex.
No.
So,
but it's still
Yeah, no, something tells me that this, like, nothing adds up here.
No, not at all.
In a good way. Yeah, like, something tells me this guy's probably just, like, for whatever reason, like, some sort of, like, early 2000s American Pie-esque, like, bet. You know what I mean? Like what's the one where they have to, like, turn the nerd into the hot girl? Like, whatever one that was. She's All That? Is that the movie? I don't know.
I don't know. Something like that. But yeah, that's the thing. It seems really weird. It also sounds like, if it wasn't for the fact that he was 18, and again, maybe he's not, it almost sounds like he's done this before and is trying to, like, just groom her to do it and then leave.
Yes.
Like,
Yes,
'cause
that's
there's
the vibe I'm getting too.
there's a lot of stuff in here that seems really specific. Also, like, what 18-year-old boy is like, no, let's not fuck for a few months. Also,
Yeah,
like, they're completely missing the whole point that, like, no one online, if the rest of this made sense, which it doesn't, but let's pretend for a second that it does, no one's gonna know whether you're a fucking virgin or not. You can have sex now and still do it in May, and no one would give a shit. Because no one knows, and also most porn is like, this person's first time, and it definitely isn't, because they're also in 17 other videos. You
yeah.
know? So, even that itself is fucking bizarre.
Yeah, I mean, like, none of this, like, yeah, this seems like it's just a guy who probably already has a fucking Pornhub account with a bunch of already manipulated women
Mm-hmm.
having
And the only
sex.
reason he's waiting is so that she will literally be legal and he can't go to jail.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's...
because, like, if the whole thing is like, oh, I can't wait, like, ooh, it'll be fun to do it for our first time. It's like, hey, you know what, like, any virgin doesn't want to do? It's film their first fucking time.
Yeah, like, think of the pressure of having sex for the first time. Then imagine that, one, like, everyone can see it, and then two, like, they're gonna rate your performance with money. You know what I mean? Like, it's technically your job for a minute. Like,
Yeah,
no,
I mean, like,
none of this
what?
is-
How confident do you have to be as a dude to be like, I'm gonna fucking nail this so hard that people are gonna want to pay money for me? Because
To
I
be fair,
promise
that
you,
does sound like typical male blind pride.
I mean, I guess, but like,
It's one way or the other. It's massive, fragile, whatever, or it's just blind, unwarranted pride.
yeah, I feel like there's just very few dudes who would be like, I have no concern about my first time. I'm gonna last long enough that people will want to watch. Also, my technique is gonna be good that she's gonna enjoy it. Also, my, like, pre-care to make sure she's comfortable so that she, isn't hating the entire experience. Like, the whole thing, I mean, that's the whole the other thing is, like, you don't want to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
So-
the most important thing. Also, it's a terrible idea. Like,
It's the worst idea.
every single part of it. One, I will bet money this guy is, one, definitely not 18, he's older. Two, he's done this before. Three, the reason why he's not having sex with you is because it literally will be illegal for him because he is older. Because I'm imagining
Yeah.
it's like age of consent is 16 if you're within a year or
If
two.
you're under,
kind of
yeah,
deal.
under 18, yeah.
And he's probably 26 or some weird shit. On top of that, it's like renting a place to live together. You've seen each other for a few months and you're 17. No.
Yeah, this 100,
Like,
yeah,
every single part of this is the worst.
yeah.
Also, you don't want it, which is what you were saying, which is no matter what the rest of it was, even if it made sense, even if it was good, even if this person sounded legit, that's all that fucking matters. You don't want to do it, so don't.
And here, my worry at this point is, like, he says, yeah, okay, and, like, he's gonna
Does
be
it
like,
anyway.
oh, let's do it at my house, sets up a little hidden camera,
Yeah.
does it fucking anyway, you know what I
No,
mean? It's
also
like,
just break up with this person because they sound so fucking sketchy.
yeah, there's nothing good about this person. Get the fuck out. Also, if it's been a few months, you're not losing out on anything. It's not like, you guys are high school sweethearts who've been together since you were, like, fucking 12.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, at least then you'd have a bit of a note. But, like, if you just met this dude, like you said, he's probably way older. He's definitely done this before. He's
Yeah.
definitely, like, this is his, like, MO. And I promise you right now, he already has, like, a Pornhub account with really shitty fucking amateur porn of, like, quote unquote girls losing their first time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, just run.
And anyone who fetishizes losing their virginity this fucking much is already, like, pretty much guaranteed to be a bad lover.
Oh yeah, and also it's like if he's so willing to wait months and months and months for you to lose your virginity, like if it means that much to him, what's gonna happen the next day when you're not a virgin?
That's the thing. It's like, okay,
Like-
so now that I'm not a virgin, is it like what? Yeah, what happens? What's your worth to him at that point? Where,
Yeah,
like,
'cause
if
clearly
if,
this
if his
is-
big get rich scheme is to fuck you and take your virginity on camera, once you're not a virgin, hey, guess what? His scheme's done.
Yeah, so like who's he gonna go for next?
Unless, of course, he's like, you then all of a sudden want to be porn stars. Like, that's really the only option at this point. You know what I mean? It's like, if you and him have discussed it and been like, hey, we're going to be a porn couple. Great, cool, if that's what you want. But it's very obviously not what you want.
But also, guess what? no one's gonna keep watching after they see your first time because it's gonna be awkward and terrible.
Yeah, and like no one's gonna look at that and be like, "That's fucking hot."
Yeah.
Because I promise you, there might be like 1% of the world whose first time is hot.
Yeah, it's gonna be awkward, and like either he's gonna last way too long or way too short. You know what I mean? Or you're all gonna glance at the camera, or like it's just not gonna be great.
No,
Which is
It's-
fine.
it's-
That's not meant to be. You know what I mean? That's not a bad thing.
yeah, I mean, like the first time is
Also,
so
like,
like
You're
we've
gonna be
talked
on
about it
video
before.
for your the rest of your future. Like that can go badly, especially for you more so than him, because
Yeah, you're
unfortunately,
fucking 18.
yeah,
You're probably not even in
society
college yet.
Is more slanted that way, where they will be shittier to
All it takes
to the woman than the guy.
is for him to drunkenly send that to his friends, or worse, if you break up, he shares it to your boss or to
Yeah.
your, you know what I mean? Like all it takes is one fucking click, like a split second, and that's gonna ruin your life.
Yeah,
So don't do it.
yeah, just don't.
All right, I say we call it.
Yeah, let's do it. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope everyone's still doing all right. Hopefully, this was listenable.
I hope that this all turns out. I will try. If it doesn't, I'll try to salvage as much as we can. But hopefully, you guys can bear with us. Hopefully, this has brought you some sort of entertainment and a little bit of normalcy to your life. Hopefully, this is like a Monday where you can feel like something is still the same, and that is us, and that's our consistency. So hopefully, we've given you that peace of mind.
We may be out of the closet, but we are not out of your hearts.
Yeah, we're
Or
gonna
you're not
stick
out of
around.
ours, anyway. We love you guys.
We're gonna try to maybe figure out how to do a live stream where we'll take live questions, and just some stuff while we're apart. It'll be a great way for Niall and I to hang out, and also include you guys in our shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you want to, I mean, I guess I'll do it now. You can follow us on Facebook at FCK Buddies Podcast, or you can find us on Twitter at FCK_Buddies. I think we're going to start, we might message out our gamer tags. So if you want to add us to PSN and play, some video games with us and just get like, a little bit of a social interaction, get a bit of a community feel
Mhm.
going.
Yeah, hit us up. We'll be around. We just got the new Call of Duty, which is free. So, yay for doing stuff that is not going to break the bank. Also,
That's-
if you guys want a free ebook, I know Tor, like TOR, the publishing company, they just released a free ebook for their like book club of the month, and it's a really good sci-fi novel that's I really enjoyed. So, if you got an e-reader, I think you can even read it on your computer, but just fucking go do that, I guess.
Yeah, and I know if you enjoy our stuff, now's a great time. You've got a bunch of free time on your hands. Check out Tickle.life and look at some of the stuff they've got. They've got a bunch of other sex and dating podcasts. They have a bunch of sexual health podcasts, and just a shit ton of resources to sort of read and enjoy and consume. They just did one about COVID-19. If you're not already sick of fucking seeing and reading about it.
Thank you, Josh Eagle and the Harvest Cities, for your song, Paper Stars. As always. Great song.
Do you have some bad sex writing for us?
Yeah, that's kind of why I dipped out a little bit. I was finding it.
Perfect.
So this is one I found while reading. This is not from some online conglomerate. This is some fresh shit right out the box.
Ooh.
So this is by Marlon James, and the novel is Black Leopard, Red Wolf. And he said, "This man is my master." And she said, "There is no master and no slave, only what you want, what you desire, and what stands in your way." And when he wavered, she said, "Look at how I am still comely." And she did not lie with him, for that would be madness. For not only was he already big, but he had a young man's vitality, 10 times over, for he was a giant in every way. But she took him with the hands until he yelled, and burst a spray of man milk that hit her in the face and knocked her back 4 steps.
Jesus. That's some powerful man milk.
That's some might say the most powerful man milk. I also like how 4 steps, not just a step or some steps, exactly 4.
Man,
How-
I mean that's like 3 feet.
That's pretty intense, honestly. So, if anyone wants to send us their man milk step rating over the next week, don't.
Yeah, here's the thing. Start just fucking bursting on your lady and see how far you can knock her back.
Yeah, if anyone can beat 4 feet, or 4 steps,
4
we'll be really
steps, yeah.
impressed. Yeah.
We are going to need video proof.
Mm-hmm. No, God, no.
Please don't.
Yeah, so funny.
And then to finish us off, I managed to find, in a clutch moment, a Pornhub comment. This comes from a Pornhub user, and you know what? This person's fucking doing the real work. It's Real Play-Doh. And he says, as empty vessels make the loudest sound, so they that have least with are the greatest babblers. My name is Dave Miller.
And I'm Niall Spain, and we are your fuck buddies, and we got your back.
We love you.
Stay safe out there.
Wash your hands.